Hello, hello, and welcome to Valerie's Garden with your host, me, Valerie. Thank you so much for being here with me today, for connecting and taking the time to listen to what I want to speak about. Please get comfortable. If you're driving in the car, cooking, or just relaxing, watching or listening, I hope you enjoy. So today's topic is going to be one of my favorite topics. It is a topic that I love, that I'm passionate about, and a topic that I have lived many times in my life, which is why I feel confident in my ability to speak on it. And it is a topic that I want to share with you so that you also can feel encouraged, supported, and inspired to go after the things that you love. So today's topic is going to be on taking the leap and letting the universe catch you. It is going to be about full sending and going after your dreams. I have a slight flow of how I would like to speak about this, but for the most part, I will just be speaking from my heart and from experience. I would like to include that this topic is something that I get complimented on quite a bit. And people always tell me, it's so inspiring how you'll have an idea and you'll turn it into reality. You bring it to life and you just go after the things you want. Like, how are you so brave to move to another country? Or whatever the example is. And first of all, I want to say thank you because I think that is such a beautiful compliment. It has nothing to do with the exterior and it has everything to do with my heart and passion and the courage that it takes to just go for something, even when it's scary, because trust me, there are many times, and we'll talk about this too, there are many times when, no, not even many, it's like every time, when there will be the voice of doubt. And yeah, you overcome it. Well, I'll talk a little bit about my experiences and the times in life where I just leaped and share the outcomes of those times. And then I want to even more so share some actions and just share advice with you so that you can also take the leap and go after your dreams. It is such a beautiful, exciting, scary, like you learn so much too. It is such an incredible experience to go for it that I believe everyone should do it. And what I would like for you to take away from this video is that courage to go for it. So, thank you again for being here, and let's get into it. Let's take it back to, I think the first time that I can really remember deciding to just go for it was when I studied abroad. And studying abroad isn't an uncommon experience, but there was some part of me that felt, I studied abroad in college during my senior year, and there was a part of me that felt like maybe it was just too late, and like maybe I should just stay at Syracuse and just travel after college. But there was something in me that knew there was more. And I really wanted to discover what more there was and why I felt this way. And I also want to say that when you just decide to go for it, whether that's with the application, whether that's in your mind, when you just decide, you will receive support from the universe. You will receive signs that it's meant you are on the right path, but you will also receive some obstacles. And it's almost like a way of like, do you want this? How bad do you want it? Anyway, I think I just want to quickly say that this is my first memory of really leaping for it. I'm sure there are more if I sat with it, but I think this is a bigger one. And from studying abroad, I grew the closest to myself that I had ever been in my life. I'm a twin. I love Vanessa so much. And we did almost everything together and had the same friends. And this was the first time when I really felt my own individuality come to life. People didn't look at me as just a twin. They knew me as Valerie. And I got to do the things that I wanted to do and travel to the places where I wanted to go. I studied abroad in Stockholm, by the way. I love it there and I cannot wait to go back. Recommend it for everyone. Especially if you're into culture and city life. It's a great, beautiful, beautiful place to be. And safe. A little bit expensive. I started dressing the way I wanted to, doing my nails how I wanted to, cooking for myself, living, just having that experience of living on your own, hanging out with whoever I wanted. I had so many friend groups there, and I loved that. I just felt so free. I felt like myself, and I felt free. And had I decided to just stay comfortable and in Syracuse, I wouldn't know how much I love solo traveling. I wouldn't have had the confidence in myself to navigate through the world on my own, and just that deep connection with myself, listening to music I liked and podcasts I like. And yes, I could have done all of these things in Syracuse, but sometimes it does take, I was getting out of a relationship at that time, and I think sometimes it does just take being in a new environment to switch things up. A few other examples. I launched my own personal training business in, was it 2021 or 2022? And I was very doubtful. I didn't know how much I should charge. It was my first time ever being a personal trainer. I was like, ooh, will people want to work with me because I don't have experience? I'm not the strongest lifter in the gym. I don't lift the most heavy. I was just having all these little voices inside saying, maybe you shouldn't. You don't know how to run a business. How do you track finances? And I feel like the best way to learn is by doing. I did a photo shoot so that I could promote the business, and that was fun in and of itself. Yeah, I put it out there. I worked with some amazing women, a dad too, and I think this was the first time when I was like, whoa, I can create something myself that people would want to attend. Sick. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for trusting me with your body, with your time. And as much as I loved personal training, and I still love working out and I love fitness, the PT business was not meant to continue. And I think that is another beautiful thing that you learn through doing, partially because I did an even bigger leap and I moved to Australia, quit my job at Equinox and moved to Australia. I was partially working at Equinox and part-time doing my own business, Evolve with Val. I'm happy that I tried, and I learned a lot from doing that. And it was just I was ready for the next thing. Let's move to that one. Living in another country. So, shout out to Vanessa because she was traveling throughout Australia, and shout out to her for inviting me to come check it out. I was only meant to be there for a 10-day holiday, and when I got there were just too many signs and something that told me I was meant to stay for longer. I remember I was on a tour bus and looking out the window, and everyone on the bus is singing the Australia Gumtree song or whatever it is. And it was a nice day. And I just knew there was no way that I was going to be flying back to California a few days later. It just, it felt like my time at Equinox was also I felt like the chapter was closing. I said, I'm going to do this. I didn't think about it too long. And call me crazy, but I'm so grateful. My whole life changed. This was probably my favorite leap. I know this was my favorite leap. I felt like something beautiful was going to come from this. I'm here on this bus, and then I text my manager because I can't call him because I'm abroad. And I am like, okay. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciated my time and experience there. I also had just gotten promoted as well to the Tier 3 Plus trainer. So I was doing well. Money was good. Clients were good. I loved my coworkers. I had fun working at Equinox. But yeah, I knew it was time. So anyway, I texted my manager and I let him know. And something that just also like confirmed that this was the right move for me, the right decision, was that he texted me back and he was so sweet about everything. He said, Valerie, wow, do I have it? I have that screenshot. I screenshotted it because I was like, this is good. He said, Valerie, thank you so much for the trainer you've been with us. He told me to continue traveling and that he was excited to see what I would do next. For me, I was like, wow. I know with other trainers, he was like, didn't seem the best. So I was kind of nervous to send my text. But he was so supportive. And I was like, oh my gosh, I did it. It didn't go poorly. Like Australia, what is in store? Show me what is in store. I am ready. I have nothing planned. I don't have my next Airbnb or hostel or anything like that. I'm like, wind, take me. And it was great. And I really did that whole thing. Synchronicity after synchronicity. Joining the run club, joining Mega Run. Shout out to Meg for that. Meeting all the right people by participating in the things that I was curious about and that I loved. At the time, I was really into calisthenics, and that is how the opportunity for like a bedroom, it became available to me by being at a calisthenics class on a random Wednesday. I loved running. I still love running. And I remember, I went to this run club. I was so nervous. I'm going alone. Everyone's beautiful. Oh my gosh, this, that. Anyway, I met the most kind people, the most supportive people, the most loving people. And from that, I even had the opportunity to be in a commercial and on billboards around Brisbane. Incredible. Everything was just lining up. This was my first time. I was 3 months there in Australia, and specifically I spent the most time in Brisbane. But after that, I came back home. I applied for my visa, my working holiday, and I said, we're going back. I didn't know if it felt so right the second time. I was like, maybe I should just leave it as that. It was beautiful, what it was. Do I really need to go back? But then I like to ask myself this. Would I rather look back and be grateful that I at least found out? Or would I be okay knowing that I didn't go for it? So I decided I was going back, and I did. And I was meant to go back, but for a different reason. It was a tough time that time. But I'm so grateful because I got to learn more about myself, and I got to reflect on my character. And now I feel I live more in alignment with who I am and who I want to be. That's a story for another time. But for now, I can say this. When you take the leap, you can't always look at it as, what can I gain from this? Like, gimme. It's, when I take the leap, what can I learn from this? And in turn, I believe that knowledge and the wisdom and that experience that you do learn and receive, that is the gift. That is the gain. That is the win. That is how I like to look back on all of my experiences. So even the second time that I decided to go back to Australia, I learned so much, and I'm grateful. I am grateful for it. And I'm talking big, bold leaps here. Taking the leap can be smaller choices too. It can be deciding to attend a run club for the first time when you're really scared. If you're anxious about driving, it can be taking the leap and deciding that you're going to learn how to drive now. And I'm using these examples from my life, by the way. I'm just sharing some bigger choices to let you know that big or small, you will be supported. 2 other times in my life, wow, there's a beautiful butterfly. 2 other times in my life that stand out, actually there are 3, but I'll just speak about 2 more, is when I decided I was going to run an ultra marathon. For me, this was huge. I had never run a marathon before. I had never run a half marathon before. And I don't think I had even ever raced a 10K before. This was in 2023, and I was just getting back into running. I was really into the Spartan races. In January of 2023, I could barely run a 5K. I could barely run 3 miles. I think there was some part of me that still had that running endurance. I could barely run a 5K. And I decided that I'm going to run an ultramarathon. And an ultramarathon, just in case you don't know, is anything over a marathon distance. So for me, I was going to be doing the Spartan 50K. So not only was I going to be racing 31 plus miles and trail miles, that means hills, that means incline, decline, different kinds of terrain, water crossing, mud crossing too. It included 60 obstacles. So monkey bars, sandbag carries, bucket carries, all kinds of like rope climbs. And I was tested in many different ways. And I was like, I'm going to do this. I don't know how. I have an idea of when because I knew I wanted to race in Hawaii. I ended up racing in Fiji, which was incredible, but I knew that I was going to make it happen. When I decided, I was supported. And yes, obstacles still came my way. I got injured. I took some time off of running that year. I remember there was a time when I couldn't even put weight on my foot. Like I couldn't walk because I wasn't putting enough effort into the warm up and stretching process of running. I just wanted to run. I didn't want to do any of the necessary parts of running that make you a much better athlete. So I learned really quickly after that experience that I would always warm up. I would always stretch and cool down after. I would make sure that I'm resting more and fueling my body properly as well. In 2023, in November, before my birthday, I ran the Spartan 50K. I came in first female and in my age group, and it was an incredible experience. And I just remember on the day of, it didn't even feel like that much a challenge because I was ready. Like I was so excited. I trained really hard for it. Oh, I actually did get injured running. Like I did get a hip injury maybe like a month out. And I was like, shoot, dang, of course this is happening to me right now. But I ended up being fine. And on the day of, there was that adrenaline. Post-race, my body was very sick, but that's a whole other thing. I completed the Spartan Ultra, and I'm very proud of myself for it. The last experience that I want to share with you is something that I am currently doing now, and that is starting a run club. So for me, running means a lot to me for many different reasons. I love it. I want to share it. I want to share my love for trail running specifically with everyone. And I decided I was going to start a trail run club in Los Angeles. Labyrinth is what it is called. And it's my baby. I invest time and energy into it because I care and I want everyone to have a good experience when they run with us. At the time, when I have no clue how to start a run club, I have no clue how to get people to come to my run club. I have no idea, like, what route to take, what to even call my run club. At the time, I didn't know. I have a list of like so many funny names, but I knew all those little details, such as the run club name, could come later. I just knew that let's get it out there. And I had fun. Yes, there are actually times when it did feel a little bit like, oh, like, what am I doing? Everyone has a run club. Does everyone have a trail run club? I don't care because no one's going to do it the way I do it. For me, I just wanted to make sure there was a lot of love. Yes, there were moments, once again, the voice of doubt, the voice of fear. Is anyone going to show up? Am I going to be able to speak in front of many people? But the biggest key is to make sure you're having fun in the process. It just takes a lot of pressure off of yourself. So one of my biggest things when I was creating Labyrinth was making sure that I was doing it for the right reasons, because I love it, because I love running, because I want to keep in community and share my heart and this love for this sport with Los Angeles. I don't often give myself credit for taking this leap, but I think recently when I have paused and reflected, I want to say that I am proud of myself because I've met so many incredible and beautiful people in Los Angeles through Labyrinth. One of my goals with Labyrinth was to bring more people out onto the trails and to experience running in nature. And I've had many people who have never even run at all before come out to the trails and kill it. Creating a run club has been one of the most special things that I have put out into the world. Had I just kept this idea in the drafts, there would be no run club, and I wouldn't have met the people who I've met today, and different opportunities and fun races and experiences, even beyond just the running. Like, I will hang out with the ladies and my different friends, and we'll work out together or make bookmarks together or whatever it is. You don't need to start a run club or quit your job and move to another country, but you do need to decide and you need to take action if you want to experience the benefits of the new life, of the new identity, of everything that comes with taking a risk and just having the courage to go for it. The most empowering leap that I have taken is leaving a relationship where something within me didn't feel like it was right. And I think this is a leap I just wanted to bring up because I feel like it is common for many people to be in a situation where it's out of alignment and you're kind of questioning if you deserve more or if that dynamic is healthy and safe. And I want you to know that if you are going through this now, you can say with a relationship, a friendship, but just dialing or leaning into the relationship side, I want you to know that your decision to choose yourself and choose to separate is supported. You are worthy and you are deserving of a love that feels safe and beautiful and one where you can grow together. There will always be things to overcome, but the way that they are gone about is more healthy and with self-awareness. I just want you to know that if you are going through this, you are supported. And this might be the most scary leap, to be honest, because so much of your heart is invested and involved. But I promise you that what you feel is true. Don't question, don't doubt yourself. Discover why you are meant to trust that inner feeling that something's not correct, that something's not right. Okay. From here, we're going to move on to some advice that I want to give you. The moment I've been waiting for. No, I wasn't even waiting for it anymore. I accepted that there was a lot of background noise, but there is silence now. There's peace. So let's just take 5 seconds to be with it. Perfect. Because now there's an airplane again. Anyway, okay, let's get back into it. So I'm going to share some advice with you now on going after your dreams, taking the leap, and full sending. I always say it. I say it in videos. Go for it. Take the leap. Do it for the plot. How? The first piece of advice I want to share is that you It is guaranteed. It is practically guaranteed. You will hear the voice of fear. You will hear the voice of doubt, the voice of questioning, the voice of potentially unworthiness coming through as well. When you hear that, when you hear it saying, don't do it, you can't, what if people laugh, whatever it might be, I want you to say to that voice, I want you to say, thank you. I hear you. I love you. And we're going to be okay. Thank you for being a version of me that is trying to protect me. I am okay. I can do this. You can say, thank you for protecting me and trying to keep me safe. I appreciate it. Thank you. But I don't need that protection any longer. Let that voice know that you are doing it for you both. It can be like the voice of an inner child, you can say, the voice of the ego, whatever you want to call this voice of fear in your head. Meet it with love. Thank you for teaching me about the areas that I care. It's easier if we hold hands and jump together. Acknowledge the voice, meet it with love, thank it for protecting and caring, but no thank you. We are choosing something different this time. 2, lean into the curiosity of who you will become and what your world might be like, what your world will be like when you're on the other side. Think of the identity. Think of the opportunities and everything that comes with the version of you who decided to be bold and courageous. Lean into that curiosity. Who is she? Who is he? Who is whoever you are when you make that choice? If you're going after something that feels right within, linger and wonder about the friendships, the people who have the same interests as you, the potential if you want to start your own business, the clients that you'll be working with and serving, and just lean into the wonder, lean into your curiosity, and let that excite you. Let that be more exciting than the fear you have. Let that be more exciting than the possibility of just choosing to stay where you're at. You know what it's like to be where you're at. And where you're at is a beautiful place. It's an exciting step of the process. This is a whole other video that I want to talk about later, loving where you're at and loving who you are where you're at right now. Because that person is also very worthy and brave for even dreaming up these ideas. So that'll be my advice. Number 2, lean into the curiosity of who you actually are by taking these choices, by making these choices. And 3, this is the most important step. Do it. Just do it. Find out. Do it and find out. And don't be so attached to the outcome. Leap and find out for yourself. And do it not only because of what can I gain, the money, this and that, and this and that. What can you learn? How can you apply it to other facets and areas of your life? You're not always going to get the outcome that you think you'll get. You learn a lot. You do gain a lot in that way. So it is always worth it. Another piece of advice I want to share, just because I have gone for it during times when I felt so sure, like this is what I'm meant to do, so I'm doing it. And there have been other times when I have gone for it because I was confused. So a few years ago, I read this book. I didn't finish it actually, but I got what I needed from it. And it was this one line. And it was, clarity comes through engagement. And the book is Everything's Figure-Outable by Marie Forleo. I have to check that. And that line changed a lot for me. Clarity comes through engagement. And while I have developed other perspectives on this specific quote, I do feel that it holds a lot of value and wisdom. If you are but aren't fully sure if you should do something, sometimes the best and the only way to gain that clarity, actually the only way to gain that clarity and that certainty is through doing it. You're going to learn something either way. If it's clear, go for it. If you know that's what you're meant to do, yes, there will be hurdles to overcome. Know why you're doing it and do it. Do it. If it's unclear, go find out. Just go find out. I have never regretted going after the things that I wanted. I have never regretted trying. I have never regretted putting myself out there. I have grown a lot from it, and this is a topic I love. This is a topic I love and want everyone to experience. When just going for it, the universe catches you, and you open a portal to the magic of life. And that is special, and that is something that I want everyone to have the chance to experience for themselves. I have really got to taste and dance and experience and live life. I felt alive like no other time. It is magical. And I really believe that when you go for it, whatever it is for you, this is your sign. Go do it. Once again, from every time, from all of my experiences, I felt it all. I felt scared, excited, nervous, anxious, joyful, confident, doubtful. I felt the whole spectrum of feelings and emotions, but not once. Yeah, I don't regret a thing. And as I wrap this episode up, I just want to say that the more you exercise this muscle, the easier it becomes. The easier it becomes. I believe that the universe rewards courage and bravery and you taking a chance on yourself and on your dreams. I really do believe that. I believe that the universe knows what your truest desires are. And when you take action on your dreams, I feel that greatness is bound. I feel like that fulfillment and abundance and that joy is there. It's bound. And it's not always going to be clear. And it's not always going to come right away. But it is bound. It is on the path you're walking. The cost of a new life and a new identity is taking the leap, opening up that door, opening that portal, and going for it. Those little obstacles are the price you pay, the cost of going after something that you really want. And I promise you it is so worth it. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with me, listen to me speak on a topic that I love. And may you be blessed with the courage to try something new and to go after the things you want most in life. We have one beautiful life. How do you want to experience it? What do you want to create? Who do you want to be? Who are you? Now, please take my experiences and use them as fuel to go after the things that you want. It's okay and it is safe and you will be supported and guided when you decide and you go for it and take action. Take action. Take action. If no one else, please know that I am here and I see you and I support you and your vision and your dreams. Please let me know in the comments after you're done taking action. Thank you. Love you. Bye.